Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're taking on a pretty vital mission together, transforming you into what we like to call a digital century. Look, we live in a hyper-connected world, right? So, locking down your personal security online, it's absolutely crucial. Instead of getting overwhelmed by all those scary threats out there, we're going to empower you today. We're going to help you spot the safe paths and navigate the web with total, absolute confidence. Okay, let's dive into this. The internet is like a massive city full of exciting places and some not so safe ones. I mean, that just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Think of the web exactly like a huge, bustling metropolis. You've got your beautiful public parks, your incredible libraries, some fantastic shops, but, just like any physical city, there are also those dark alleys and unlit streets where you definitely wouldn't want to wander alone with your wallet wide open. Our job today is to figure out how to read the street signs of this crazy digital city. To pull this off, we've got our Sentry Patrol route all mapped out. We're going to start by mapping the massive internet city. Then we'll learn the signs of a safe street, identify the red flags and danger zones, uncover the public Wi-Fi trap, and wrap it all up with your Digital Sentry toolkit. Let's get moving. Part 1. The massive internet city. Mapping the web. As we step out into this digital landscape, we gotta be real for a second. It's an amazing place to explore, but there are unsecure areas where your sensitive data can get snatched up if you aren't paying attention. But here is the absolute most important takeaway. Safe browsing habits shield you from digital threats. See, navigating safely isn't about being scared all the time, not at all. It's literally just about being smart. It's knowing exactly what digital street signs to look for on your journey, so you can make informed, confident choices about where you're going and what you're sharing. Which brings us to part 2, signs of a safe street, padlocks and encryption. Let's talk about your very first line of defense. When you land on a new website, I want you to look closely at the web address. We are looking for HTTPS, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that the truly critical letter here is that S. If it just says HTTP, man, you're out in the open. But that S stands for secure, which means your connection is actively encrypted. It essentially acts as this invisible shield for your sensitive data, scrambling everything up so literally nobody else can read it. You always got to look for that S before typing in anything personal. And hey, right next to that S, look for a little padlock symbol. That's a super handy visual indicator that you've got an encrypted connection. But a true digital sentry stays on their toes. You must always double-check the actual destination before you click. Why? Because believe it or not, some malicious, unsafe sites have actually figured out how to use HTTPS too. So yeah, the connection might be secure, but you could be securely handing your private data straight to a scammer. No way we want that. Always verify you're exactly where you intended to be before you do anything. All right, moving into part 3, red flags and danger zones, the bad neighborhoods. So, what happens when you accidentally wander off the main drag and end up in a sketchy neighborhood? Well, you need to recognize the obvious danger signs that scream malicious intent or a compromised site. First off, browser warnings. Do not ignore these. If your browser throws up a huge warning saying a site is unsafe, listen to it. Second, keep an eye out for excessive pop-ups or weird redirects that yank you over to pages you never even clicked on. And third, be incredibly suspicious of weird payment requests. If a site is exclusively demanding bank transfers or wire payments, yeah, you're almost certainly standing right in the middle of a digital danger zone. Let's actually build a quick if-then reflex right now. I want you to ask yourself this whenever you land on a sketchy page. Are there many pop-ups, redirects, or just hilariously bad grammar? Think of this as your internal sentry alarm going off. If the answer is yes, that is a massive red flag. Your immediate response, avoid it entirely. Or, if you're one of our younger viewers, just go ask an adult. This is exactly the moment the digital sentry needs to back away from the unsafe website. Seriously, don't linger. Don't try to click close on that annoying pop-up. Just shut the whole tab down and get out of that neighborhood fast. Oh, and another huge decision point for figuring out if a site is actually safe is just asking, does it have a privacy policy? Real businesses and secure websites will always clearly outline exactly how they handle your data. If some random site wants your personal info but won't even tell you how they protect it, definitely keep your guard up. Okay, let's look at part 4, the public Wi-Fi trap, eavesdropping in the square. Now, let's shift gears from individual websites to the actual networks we use to connect to them, And this brilliantly illustrates the stark contrast here. Think about your home network. It's private, it's secure, and you control exactly who gets on it. But public Wi-Fi, like at a cafe or the airport, it is notoriously unsecure and highly vulnerable to eavesdropping. Literally, anyone sitting on that same cafe network could potentially intercept your data. You should absolutely 100% avoid using public Wi-Fi for any sensitive stuff, especially things like online banking or shopping.
But, hey, what if you're traveling and you absolutely desperately need to connect to check your bank balance? Well, that's exactly where a virtual private network, or VPN, comes in. Think of a VPN as a secure tunnel for your information. What it does is wrap your data up in this thick layer of encryption, making sure that even if some creep is trying to eavesdrop on your public network connection, all they're going to see is scrambled noise. It's an absolute must-have tool for the traveling digital century.
Let's wrap up with Part 5, your Digital Sentry Toolkit, Locking It Down. We've mapped the city, identified those safe streets, and learned how to avoid the traps. Let's move to and see how this builds your actual digital defenses. Your web browsers already have these powerful built-in tools just waiting to be used. First, take a second to open your browser's privacy and security settings. Second, flip that switch to block pop-ups. Third, go ahead and enable the setting to send Do Not Track requests to websites. And fourth, put a firm lock on your camera and microphone access. By sequentially locking down these settings, you dramatically shield yourself from invisible digital threats. See, being smart about where you go, what you click, and how you connect, that's the whole secret to keeping your personal info safe. You are now officially equipped to navigate the massive internet city with confidence. But hey, our journey doesn't stop here. Next up, we'll be diving into keeping your actual physical devices healthy and protected from digital germs. But for now, I want to leave you with this final thought as you step back out into the digital city. Take a good look at the habits you already have. Look at the cafes you visit, the sites you browse every single day. Which vulnerable spot on your daily internet patrol route will you secure first? Take what you've learned here today, open up those browser settings, and start locking it down. Stay safe out there.